Good evening, everyone. This is your evening news recap, your nightly news podcast on all the news that I come across throughout the day, giving you my take as somebody who aspires to be a politician in the near future. Hopefully, all you guys are doing wonderful. Hopefully, all you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty well because the Browns won today. Got to represent after they win. Outside of that, though, hopefully, all you guys are doing well, and hopefully, all you having a wonderful weekend so far. It's been a pretty interesting day in the news world, that's for sure, but also pretty short as weekends tend to be. If you're new here, though, please consider subscribing as we try to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year. All the support would be greatly appreciated. Sorry. And if you're on Substack, please also consider subscribing. All funds go to me. They help me pay for the things that I need to pay for in college, like food, like clothing, like all of that. But if not, you can always subscribe for free. All the support is greatly appreciated as we try to hit, all those goals by the end of the year. Outside of that, though, I know it's a little bright. I tried to cover it up, but hey, we'll make it through. And let's get into the news from today. Moving on into the Trump administration segment, as we do, Trump is demanding Pam Bondi to prosecute his political opponents. Trump has publicly demanded Pam Bondi to prosecute political opponents. In a post on Truth Social, he wrote, "Pam, I have reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially the same old story as last time, all talk, no action. Nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Shifty Schiff, Letisa? They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done." Then we almost put in a Democrat who supported U.S. Attorney in Virginia with a really bad Republican past, a woke rhino who was never going to do his job. That's why two of the worst Dem senators pushed him so hard. He even lied to the media and said he quit and that we had no case. No, I fired him and there was a great case, and many lawyers and legal pundits say so. Lindsey Halligan is a really good lawyer and likes you a lot. We can't delay it any longer. It is killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now. President Donald J. Trump. Holy corruption, truly. Trump is mad that he can't get away with being a felon, like he's mad about everything for no reason. Justice was served when he lost all of those cases, like he rightfully should. I mean, he is a felon because he is a criminal. That is just common knowledge. He is a criminal and he will always be one. And just because he throws a fit about it doesn't mean he should get shit. I'm surprised he's even talking about it at this point. Oops, sorry about that. I would have thought he would just start denying it at some point. In other news, Trump tries to save himself from calling out Bondi. What seems to be an attempt to save himself, Trump took to Truth Social again. In a post he wrote, "Pam Bondi is doing great as Attorney General of the United States. She is very careful, very smart, and loves our country, but she needs a tough prosecutor in Eastern District of Virginia. My recommendation, Lindsey Halligan, to get things moving. What we don't need is a Democrat-endorsed Republican that I will be nominating Leslie Hagan to be the United States Attorney in this very important part of our great country. She will be fair, smart, and will provide desperately needed justice for all." The most interesting part about this isn't even like the worst thing he's done to call for the prosecution of his political opponents. In any other administration, this would have been a massive scandal. Truly, it really would have been. This really shows that we have given the president and the entire, presidency and their administration as a whole way too much power, which needs to change. It really does. Normally, people wouldn't be able to get away with things like this. Yet Trump is able to on multiple occasions, time and time again. He needs to be shut down before he continues to destroy this country even more than he already has. In other news, Caroline Leavitt says the U.S. will control the TikTok algorithm. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has revealed more details in the U.S.-China TikTok deal. 6 Americans will now sit on the 7-seat board that controls the company. The U.S. will have full control over the algorithm as well. Leavitt says that this deal puts America first, and all the data and privacy aspects will be controlled by Oracle. My hopes for TikTok are kind of going down day by day as we speak. I hope it will be fine. I really do. But I wouldn't be surprised if, we see another Vine and everything kind of just drops. If it does, I'm sure I'll figure it out and make my way out of it. But, that would really suck for me. It's crazy that nobody talks about the fact that the company is already a majority U.S. owned, like a majority of the company is owned by U.S. investors. And you think that would be more common knowledge at this point, but it's not. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens to the company, but it's a bit worrisome, in all honesty. Anyways, moving on into our final topic for tonight, Canada, Australia, and the UK have recognized Palestine. The UK, Canada, and Australia have officially recognized Palestine, becoming the first members of the G7 to do so. Portugal is another country that has also done the same. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said in a statement today we revive the hope for peace for the Palestinians and Israel's a two-state solution. The United Kingdom formally recognizes the state of Palestine. Free Palestine for one. Could you imagine if the U.S. was able to do something like this too? I can only wish. Sadly, APAC continues to dominate our government. One day, though, that will change. So, free Palestine. And, I've gotten a few comments about this recently, and I figured I'd talk about this since we're on the subject. The reason I say free Palestine isn't because, they hate me or, they would hate the rights of an individual like me. It's because it would be hypocritical not to. Palestine is a country that is fighting, or not a country yet, but a group that is fighting oppression. They're fighting attacks, and as an American, as people who have historically fought through oppression, have fought through attacks, have fought for independence, it would be hypocritical for you not to see that within another group of people who is suffering, who's being attacked day after day, and, not support that as well. We as Americans, we support independence, we support freedom. And that's why I say free Palestine, because nobody should have to, be forced to not only follow another religion for one, but nobody should have to die just because of something they believe in. That's against all things American, in my true opinion, or in my opinion, I guess it's not really a true one, but it's my opinion. And, I think most Americans should also agree with that. With that being said, though, thank you everyone for watching this video today. I hope you all enjoyed. It's been a very interesting one in the news world, that is for sure. But if you are on YouTube, please consider subscribing. As mentioned, our goal is to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and all the support would be greatly appreciated. And if you're on Substack, please also consider subscribing. All funds go to me. They help me pay for the things that I need to pay for in college, like food, like clothing, like all of that. But if not, you can always subscribe for free. I truly do appreciate all forms of support on this content. It means the world to me. Thank you all so much for watching today's episode, and I will see you all